the only really wars, and they weren't even wars by the government, with the British East India Company in India, which was fighting the French for commercial advantage. The colonies in South Africa developed out of, essentially, South Africa became a stop where you recoaled and resupplied your ships on the way to the east. I mean, the whole thing is, it was essentially built out of trade.
But wait a second, you're saying that America, I mean, the UK or Britain, before it was the UK, beginning of the 18th century, that they created an empire without really noticing, right?
Well, I think it happened. There was no imperial plan. I think it happened accidentally. And I think what happened is, as knowledge advanced, then it was felt that this rather ramshackle organization had to have a bit of structure applied to it, which is then, of course, you've got in the late 19th century, which was all part of the Matthew Arnold concept of of public service and so on. You got people who were sent out to administer the empire and had a good education, but in their own minds, I think, very much saw themselves as sort of the heirs to Roman or Greek civilization, and had this civilizing mission, which is also tied up to an extent with the sort of muscular Christianity which you got in the late Victorian period.
Yeah, interesting.
But I think certainly if you look at it in the 18th century, it was very much a commercial decision. And, the various islands in the Caribbean, for example, were won as a result of battles with the French or other people. Parts of Africa was exploration followed by fights with other European people, etc., etc., etc. So there was nobody sat down in Whitehall and said, well, yippee, let's have an empire. How are we going to create it?